she left you? What if she broke up with you and now she's with somebody better looking, somebody with a bigger dick? If you're not free from the prison of your own mind, she will not give it to you. Be aware of this, that people don't give a shit about you. Nobody cares about you. If you're a guy, you need to watch this video. I know you might be feeling really sad, down. Maybe you might have struggles with your relationship. Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe you feel that you're maybe too small, too skinny. Maybe your dick is too small, you think. Maybe you feel not enough. Maybe you have insecurities. Maybe for any reason. Maybe you don't make enough money. For any reason, if you don't feel good, you gotta watch this video. Even if you feel good, but you wanna feel much better, you gotta watch this video because I wanna tell you something really cool. It's about validation. It's about yourself. It's about how to think to have a great life. It's gonna help you a lot. See, before I start, I wanna tell you a quick story. You know, when I travel, I usually work from cafes with my laptop. I write stuff. And one of the things that I always do is that I talk to people for my break so I don't become socially retarded. Because I don't go out usually, I don't drink, so I talk to people during the day. Sometimes I talk to girls. And in one of these trips that I had, I met a girl in one of these vegan cafes. I talked to her, she was really cool. We just clicked really fast, and same day we hooked up. And it was crazy, it was really good, it was incredible connection. Then I met her a few times after, until I traveled from that country and I didn't see her again. And it was amazing because she was one of the hottest girls I've been with. It felt good, but it was just, just a casual thing. A few months after, one of the exercises that I do for myself, I learned this from one of these discipline books that I give guys in the program to read. One of these is put yourself in a position that is very tempting, but don't do that thing. For example, if you're thirsty and if you really like Coca-Cola, get a glass of Coca-Cola full of ice, put it in front of you, look at it for 10 minutes, but don't drink it. One of the things that I do is sometimes when I feel turned on, I haven't been with girls, I play porn, but I don't touch myself for 10 minutes. Sometimes I drink the Coca-Cola and sometimes this goes out of control, but usually I try to hold because it's good for discipline, So I was doing this practice. I watched not the Coca-Cola porn thing. I put some porn and I just randomly click on one of them. I said, wait a minute. This is familiar. This girl is familiar. I know her from somewhere. I look better and I see this is the girl I was hooking up with. And I tell you something, this was a very strange feeling. I told you in my other videos as well, I didn't come from the most confident background, but I've done a lot of work on myself for past decade, a bit longer than that. I really don't care about relationships anymore. I don't really care if somebody leaves, somebody comes, I don't. But the feeling that I got, I'm like, wait a minute, did I manage to go and pick up a hot porn star and get her to like me so much and stay with her? Dude, the feeling of the validation that I got, everything changed. I started to walk differently because I started to realize, holy shit, I used to think I'm here, everybody else is here. Now I realize I'm here all the way and my skills are all up here, all the way here. I don't look at things on a superficial level as much as I can. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this video. It's about superficial things and why these things matter. Look, I know you might have heard that, the size of dick doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter if you're a tiny little guy or if you're really well built, not bodybuilder looking, but a fit guy. It really matters. If you're old, ugly, short, and fat, it matters. We live in a fucking superficial world. And us, also, me and you are also very much affected by all of these things. No matter how zen you think you are, no matter how monk-like you live, you still get affected. This is human. You want to be loved. You want to be accepted. You want to build connection with people, and people run on these things. Why do you think people don't want to hang out with a homeless guy in the street, but they want to hang out with a celebrity? Because of these little things. We are not in a place in the world that I'm not there, you're not there, none of us is in a place that, we don't care, man. I'm out of this body, I'm this spiritual being. Bullshit. These things matter. Now, what should you do if you're in a situation that you don't have power? What if you're an ugly dude? What if you're weak? What if you don't have the genetics? What if you don't have the skills? What if the girl left you for another guy? What if she left you? What if she broke up with you and now she's with somebody better looking, somebody with a bigger dick, somebody who's better in bed? What can you do if you're in that situation? What can you do if your life totally sucks? Those things happen to all of us. Not necessarily getting dumped and cheated, but we always go through all of these experiences. Life is one thing after the other. Now, what can you do if you're in a situation like this? One of the things that I teach guys is skill of cold approach. Like, walk to a woman, walk to a really good quality woman, and make something out of it. Or you think about you and your ex. You want to get your ex back, for example. Or there's a girl that you really, really like. You want to build a connection. You know, those that you really, really like them, those very good quality. This is something that I noticed makes them beautiful 10. That you know she is like 1 in 500. If you don't perform your 100%, if you don't look the best that you can, if your style is not amazing, if your performance, if it's not congruent, if your emotion and your behavior and your thoughts are not congruent, if you're not present, if you're scared, if you don't make the right eye contact, if your body language is not good, if you're not free from the prison of your own mind, she will not give it to you. That's the reason most of us who get good, yeah, we get away with good, but getting the greatest is very difficult for us because you gotta be the best. Look, if you're short, if you're ugly, okay, it's not good, but you have to be better. You have to be much better than a guy who is in the same league with you, going for the same quality, but is better looking. You have to compensate for your looks. You have to compensate for your small dick. You have to compensate for your whatever imperfection that you have with your behavior. You have to go to the gym. You cannot be fat. There's no excuse for being fat. There's no excuse for being too skinny. You gotta do whatever it takes to make it happen. I remember I was in Australia. I had a hard time putting on weight. Still do. And I tried like whatever you can think of. This trainer put me on 1 kilogram of meat every day. That's insane. I was having there was eggs, there was steak, there was chicken, man, and I don't like to eat that much. I wanted to have bigger shoulders. Like it was so much, but I had to do it. Then I had pasta on top of it. Then you gotta get the best that you can. You gotta go shopping. You gotta look good. You gotta take care of your style. You know, if the girl left you for somebody else, it's one of these two. Either you fucked up. This means you lost control of your emotions. You lost yourself. You cheated. You treated her badly, or you picked the wrong girl. Your fault. Both your fault. I've lost girls before, many times. 2 of it was my fault. I made mistakes, and a couple of times I picked the wrong person. If you look around, there's a spectrum. Living in fear and need and desperation, waking up and say, fuck man, another day, I have to do it. And all the way this side of the spectrum is thriving, like Mark Wahlberg or one of these guys that was one of my coaches that I saw. These people, they don't sleep at night because they don't want to miss out on life. They really don't sleep. I had a coach, Wesley. This dude, he couldn't sleep. He made $65 million the year that I met him. He just couldn't sleep. He was a rags to riches story. He was so full of life. He had charities here. He was traveling. One day in Australia, next day in New Zealand, next day in Fiji, after that in France, then in the States, traveling, like living life like crazy. He was on the other side. And there are people, like my phone is full of messages of guys who unfortunately are going through very painful separations, and I hear the messages. I wake up, I hear, and I want to push them out of that desperate and sad state to numb first, then a little angry, then again numb, then slowly push them to the happy part. Because what they want also is not going to happen when they're in this desperate and needed and desperate and sad state. So you got to look at your life. Where are you in this spectrum? Are you in the need, desperate, weak, and sad part of the spectrum, or you're in the numb side of things, or you're in the thrive side of things? And the point of this is, for you to get there, you need to have your outer game also figured out. For you, like I said, if you're short dude, if you're unattractive, if your girl left you, you gotta do things that make you valuable. And nothing makes you more valuable than being emotionally and mentally focused and in control of how you feel. If you only learned this, if you really detach yourself from what other people think about you, this will give you the power to meet anybody you want. This will give you the power to do a lot of things. And when you know you can meet other people, if you have the skills to meet other people, then your desperate desire for the person you lost becomes less. You probably don't have the quality that you lost because you're in the prison of your mind. You have your fear, you have your sadness, you have your regret, you have your jealousy, you have your anger. You're still living in the past. So because of that, you don't have the force emotions, good emotions, to go out and recreate what you have in the past, what you had in the past. So you got to get out of that prison first, prison of your thoughts, and you got to let go of all of that stuff so you will be able to do that. Because either the girl that you want or the new girl that is better quality than that one, that amazing sex, good connection, will only come to you if your performance 100%. Because look, women look at it, they can tell. She looks at you, she hears the tone of your voice, she knows where in this spectrum you are. You gotta see where you're standing. These things do matter. Superficial things do matter. All of these things do matter. Yeah, there is a way to be a monk. Yeah, there's a way to be a Zen master. Do both. You want to do all of the exercises that are showing the program. You want to be fully connected with yourself. Do all of that stuff, but also learn your skills. Be aware of this, that people don't give a shit about you. Nobody cares about you. Do whatever you want to do. If you have social anxiety, you see a girl, you want to approach her, but you think other people are going to look at you and judge you, think about it this way. They don't care about you. If you want to be their slave and don't approach the girl that you want because you worry if she rejects you, they're going to laugh at you and think about things about you. If you want to live for their thoughts, you're going to struggle. And you're going to look back and say, fuck, man, those times that I could have done it, I didn't do it. Sometimes I have to physically push guys to go and talk to a girl. It's real. Approach anxiety is real. This is real. Does size matter or not? Yes, size matters. Size does matter. It's important. But you can compensate. If you're in a place that you're not blessed in that department, you can compensate by better control of your thoughts and emotions. That's why I always say, you want to get your ex back? You want to do anything in life, inner control, out of control, then execution. Learn how to manage your thought, emotion, then do the action part. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. If you find this video useful, hit the like button. And remember, get better. When you get better, when you change, everything else changes as well. This is Ben. See you in the next video.